Yes, guys, Larry from the GRP back again with another video. And this video is about the late breaking news. Well, I don't know about late, but it's breaking news that Chris EUBANK Jr.'s coach, Bomac McIntyre, I forgot his first name, but Bomac, they call him, McIntyre, has been arrested at Manchester Airport for trying to, is smuggle the word? Well, yeah, tried to smuggle a firearm in his hold luggage. I just find that so unbelievable. And I think it was loaded. Don't quote me on it. I think it was loaded, but whether it was loaded or not, I mean, you've got a friggin' firearm. So I have a lot of questions. Yeah, look. So he tried to smuggle this firearm out of the UK back to the US, right? Now, the question that I have is, did he smuggle that into the UK in the first place? And if he did, how the hell did he do that? Now, I've always been skeptical of the security in airports in general. I had years ago when I traveled to France, I accidentally put a kitchen knife in my bag, in my hold luggage, in fact, and went through various, security checks and whatnot. And when I got to the hotel in France, as I was unloading the bags, I found a knife in there. Do you know what I mean? I didn't even know it was there, and I was just shocked that, it was even hand searched, and they didn't find it. So I always put the back of my mind that the security's not as great as in airports as they make it out to be. And it's only by the grace of God, grace of Allah, that, things don't happen. But firearm, so did he manage to smuggle that into the UK, then trying to smuggle it back out? Or, but probably unlikely, did he buy a firearm out here, or was given a firearm here and then try to smuggle it into the US? I mean, anyone with half a brain will know, or anyone with half a brain would bother to check that the UK has one of the most stringent gun laws in the world. It's not a joke. After the Dunblane massacre in Scotland, I think that was in '96, all handguns were banned, and to even get a permit for like a shotgun, for hunting or whatever, you need to go through some stringent checks before the police will grant you a license. So yeah, it's not easy to have a gun in this country at all. So it boggles the mind. It boggles the mind. What was that guy thinking? You're a 53-year-old man. Are you still trying to play gangster? I'm just speculating at this point, but all I can do, because who in their right mind? I mean, even if you're going from state to state in America, there's different laws in each state. And I've heard of people, even though, we know the gun laws are quite, I wouldn't say lax, but relaxed in America. You can't just go from state to state flying state to state with a gun. In some states, you can't do that as well. So I have to question his sanity, honestly. You're 53 years old, man. Come on. Even if, to be honest, even if a 20-something-year-old did this, I'd be like, what's wrong with you? Are you well? So for a 53-year-old man to get caught doing something as stupid as this, you have to be like, what is going through your mind? So yeah, a lot of people were saying, oh, he's going to get off because he's an American and he's rich. And I'm sorry to tell you that the UK is not a developing country. It's not going to take kindly to that. That's a very serious offense in this country. It's a very, very serious offense in this country to have a firearm. And rich or not, you're going to jail. I mean, if he doesn't see jail time, I'm going to be asking a lot of questions. But yeah, there's no way he's getting off with that. No way. I can't see it personally. I can't see it. He's gonna see some. He might not. I mean, it's from what I understand, it's a 5-year mandatory sentence for carrying a gun or being caught with carrying a gun. Let alone if it's loaded. But if he gets, say, let's say he gets 3 years, I could understand that. Maybe your wealth and your connections bought you some time off. Cool. But to see no prison time at all, I don't think so. I don't think so. You know, you don't have diplomatic immunity or something like that. Yeah, unless you do. Listen, I don't know. Who knows? But barring that, you're seeing some jail time, buddy. So, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what's going through this guy's head, honestly. And I'm not trying to judge. I'm just, you know, come on, man. Like, come on. You know, it's, man, I don't know. But again, the question remains, if he smuggled that gun in from the US, how did that get past airport security? A lot of questions need to be asked, seriously. A lot of questions need to be asked. And if he didn't, why was he trying to get a gun here to smuggle into the US? Because we know it's very easy to buy a gun in the US, so why would you do that? So my assumption, I know it's not great to assume, but if we're doing assumptions, my assumption, or my educated guess, should I say, would be he smuggled it in, which is even worse. You know, because that means that's one offense, and then that also means security weren't doing their job. So, yeah, it's going to be an interesting story or case to see develop. I'm just gobsmacked, to be honest with you. Someone put on Twitter where it's a good thing that EUBANK Jr won the fight, because maybe he would have shot up the place. Actually, you know, I shouldn't even laugh at that because that's not cool. But yeah, it's just shocking, man. So listen, I hope the questions get answered, and you know, we figure things out as to what happened there. Because for me, him getting caught with a firearm is bad enough, but that's the kind of the least of our worries right now. Because if he was able to get that through security, where are other people getting through security? And I've told you my story, and that was a complete accident, you know. So yeah. But anyway, guys, what do you think about all this? Leave some comments down below and let me know what you think, please, yeah?